Hey, what's up, you guys? Back at it, bringing another action figure review to you, and this is a figure that I've wanted for a long time, actually. I brought the other DC Direct Riddler action figure, which I have him stashed away in my box somewhere, so forgive me for not pulling that out to compare, but this is the Riddler I really always wanted. Once this Riddler came out, I always wanted him. I never got him for some stupid reason. Now he's a very rare figure, and you have to be lucky or you have to spend a hefty price. Well, not too hefty, but still hefty enough. Um, this guy sells for like 50 something, 60 something dollars. But I picked him up for less than that, thank God. And yeah, I finally have him in my collection, and he is an astounding figure. Probably the best Riddler figure ever released, if I dare say so. Um, and he's based off of one of my favorite artists in DC, Greg Capullo. So this was obviously the Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo run of Batman, and this is how the Riddler was pretty much portrayed. Actually, he looked a little different in the comic, I'll admit, but the way they transformed him to action figure form is fantastic. This is a really wonderful figure. So this Riddler figure that I brought came without his cane. This isn't the Riddler cane that he comes with. This is the Riddler cane from my DC Direct Riddler figure that I brought. But I just love this figure. His Riddler hat, his little derby that he got on. I just love the sculpting all around in this figure. The sculpting definitely gets a 10 out of 10. The sculpting of his hair, his jawline, his face, that sinister smirk, that arrogant smugness that the Riddler has, captured so perfectly. You guys mutton chops there. Got his little mutton chops. Um, you got his business suit, of course, his three-piece suit, and it looks great. It's a different shade of green between the jacket, the vest, and the pants, but it's still it. It just works. It just all it just all comes together so well. It really does. The wrinkles and the suit, and his jacket, really like that. Got the tailcoat back there. Got the Riddler butt. Got his you got his pants. You see the wrinkles in his pants. You got his business shoes there. Got his nice shiny shoes, which looks awesome. Yeah, you can see the bottom there. So I'm really in love with this Riddler action figure, no doubt about it. So we'll get right into articulation, which is very minimal on this figure. But back when this figure came out, this was DC Collectibles, at their, um, this is just what it was. So anyway, let's get into it. So his head is on a ball joint. You can get all kind of crazy, crazy movement out of it. It's really good. He can look up about that much. He can look down about that much. A whole lot of attitude. The arms cannot go out. The arms cannot go out, but they can rotate. So they will rotate all the way around 360. Upper bicep swivel, single joint in the elbow. Um, there's a slight rotation in his wrist, no hinge though. And let me just put his cane down there. And as for the waist, he has 360 in the waist. That's about that. It's no ab crunch or nothing in the waist that you can go crazy with. But this is the Riddler. Why would you? Legs cannot go out, but the legs can kick forward about that much. They can kick back about that much, and there's no upper thigh cut, nothing like that. There's a single joint in the knee, and there is a slight pivot in his foot, but that's about it. So very minimal articulation for Mr. Edward Nigma here, no doubt about it. But even though there is minimal articulation with Mr. Riddler here, I don't care. I don't care because he is such a fantastic figure, and you're not trying to get the Riddler because you want to get him in dynamic poses. That's not what you get the Riddler for. You get him so he can look pretty on a shelf. That's what you get the Riddler for. That's damn sure what I got him for. and I'm happy to add him to my Batman collection because, um, well, when I was growing up, the Riddler was never one of my favorite villains, but over the years, he's become a personal favorite of mine. I mean, I love Batman's Rogue Gallery. Period. I mean, he has the best besides Spider-Man. He has the best Rogues Gallery in comic books. Um, and I'm really excited for that Robert Pattinson Batman movie that's coming out, headlining the Riddler as the villain. So this figure just hits all the right notes for me. It really does the job. The sculpt work is immaculate. The articulation is lacking, but like I said before, this is the Riddler, so who cares? So I really highly rate this figure right here and say he's definitely worth the pickup. So until next time, guys, this has been my review of the Riddler DC Collectibles DC. Is it Essentials or DC Designer Series? It's one of those. I mean, DC has so many names with their action figures. It's just hard to keep up. DC Direct, DC Collectibles, Essentials, Designer Series. I mean, just pick one. But anyway, yeah, this figure, for me, this figure is a 10 out of 10. Um, for somebody who's looking for articulation, it's not a 10 out of 10. It's probably maybe like an 8 out of 10. But for me, this is definitely a 10 out of 10 because the sculpt work is just everything you would want from a Riddler action figure. Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. This has been my review of the Riddler. Till next time, see ya.